McLeod, this is the first time that he has recorded points in back-to-back games since December of 2023. Remember, last year, McLeod's season ended in that game at Duke. A season-ending foot injury, missed the rest of the season. And Malik Brown started the rest of the games for Syracuse at the center position. Of course, Brown now at Duke. And Malik back on the court for the number 2 Duke Blue Devils. It's Brown, Proctor, Knipple, James, and Flagg. Flagg, by the way, still just with 3 points for Syracuse. It is McLeod, Davis, Bell, Starling, and Carlos. Flagg to inbound underneath his own hoop to Sion James. Flagg just 1 for 2 with 1 rebound, and he brings the ball up here against Jair Davis. Dishes it off to Knipple on the right perimeter. Pick and roll with Brown, stops from the left block, kick out Flagg, just looking to pass. Knipple has it again. 12 on the shot clock, Proctor has it top of the key. Carlos defending him, uses a Brown screen to the left, pulls up from the left wing and sticks it. Duke 23, Syracuse 14, under 7.5 to play in the first half. Carlos to Davis, top of the key. Starling sets a screen. Davis still controlled with the right hand. Switches off to Knipple on the low short block. Bumping his way. Turns around from 12 and connects on the fadeaway. That is the Jair Davis shot. 23-16, the Duke leads, 7 to play in the first. Flagg really not looking to shoot at all. Gives off to Proctor. Hesitates, spins around in the lane. Kick out to Flagg. Passes off to Knipple. Tied up with Carlos for a moment. Left-hand dribble down the lane. Stops. Kick out James on the right wing. To Flagg against Carlos. Has it stripped away. Jaquan with the steal. 2-on-1 break. Kick out Starling. A right wing 3. A line drive. Way too short. Flagg the board with one hand with the right hand. Right hand from Carlos against Flagg on one side. James the drive. James the finish against McLeod with the left-hand dribble. The hesitation from Sion James. Duke 25, Syracuse 16, 6:15 to go in the first. Davis poked away by Knipple. He's on the deck. Gives off to James. Good steal by Knipple. Duke pushing from right to left. Knipple lines one up and is fouled from the right wing by Jair Davis in the act of shooting. Left it short on the jump shot, but Knipple to the line for 3 free throws. Clock stops at 6:02.
Coach Autry did not like that call. The official raised his hand to call the foul, immediately turned around to look at Autry. Whatever he said, he wasn't happy. It's tough, not much contact. Probably the call was in the landing area. That's what you'd have to imagine.
Malik Brown and Naheem McLeod talking to each other and smiling as Knipple lines up a free throw and swishes it. Knipple top 5 in the AACC in three-point makes, entering this one at 49. Again, multiple three-point makes in 16 of 21 games. His second shot is good as Kyle Cuff enters the game for the first time, along with Eddie Lampkin. Naheem McLeod checks out, as well as J.J. Starling. So Cuff in for the first time. He's played just 8 minutes in each of his last 3 games. Knipple's third shot is good. He goes 3 of 3 from the line. A 12-point lead now for Duke. 28-16, under 6 to play in the first. Carlos crosses the timeline. Duke with its swarming defense. Nothing open right now for Syracuse. Bell catches it 35 feet away from the hoop. Hounded by Flagg. Gives off Davis. Drives down the right alley. Cross-court pass to Carlos. 7 on the shot clock against James. Still outside. Cuff down the left alley. Bumps into the body of Brown. No good. Offensive on Davis. He goes back up. Counted. And the foul. Jair Davis. He's got heart. Syracuse within 10. 28-18. 5:30 to play in the first. Knipple picks up the personal foul. First personal against the freshman at 6'7". So Davis to the line to try to complete the three-point play. Just a 61% free throw shooter. The shot is up, and it's no good. Stays a 10-point game, 28-18, 5.5 to play. The crowd's been restless here for a little bit. Pitch and catch, James with Brown. 2 of the 3 transfers on this team. Again, Gillis not playing tonight. Proctor, a left wing 3, rattles in and out. Brown keeps it alive with a tip out. Flag, a wide open 3 straight away. Off the right heel, Knipple flies in off of him. And Duke doesn't have it anymore. Syracuse basketball underneath its own hoop.
Can't give up 2 open threes back to back, but you'll take the misses. Got to make the most of this opportunity to make it back to a single-digit game. Offense not easy to come by without J.J. Starling on the court for the Orange.
2 subs in for Duke. Malawetch enters, and also Caleb Foster for the first time today, a sophomore consensus 5-star from 2 years ago. Carlos hits Bell, driving in, draws 2, including Malawetch. So he floats it back out to Kyle Cuff. Cuff against Proctor, left perimeter, looking for a pass, doesn't have one. Carlos, 8 to shoot, against Foster, down the lane, spins, stops, hesitates, turns around, floats one up, fading away, no good off the heel. And Foster the board for the Blue Devils, hits Knipple, down the alley, in and out dribble, baseline, kick out pass, all the way. Foster, shit away, 3 on the way, it's short, rebound, Malik Brown for Duke. Kick out, Knipple, shot fake and go, against Bell, he's got him in jail. And Bell couldn't do anything about it but foul Knipple all over the body. First personal against Chris Bell on the floor.
9:40 to go, Syracuse on top of Cal, 30-17. Austin Barrick here with Jordan Leonard. But before we get back to the action, we pause for station identification.
Hey folks, I'm Jason Horowitz, voice of the Raiders and WAER class of 2005. You're listening to the original home of the Orange, WAER Syracuse.
Well, Jason Horowitz calls games for the Las Vegas Raiders. Syracuse won in Vegas about a month and a half ago over UNLV in overtime further. They travel west again, and they're up here on Cal by 13. McCord under center takes the snap, pitches right to Allen, and he's gobbled up at the line of scrimmage, right around to the 24, maybe a gain of 1 or 2. Teddy Buchanan, part of the stop for the Golden Bears. A team that is desperate for stops right now.
Yeah, this is the balance the Syracuse offense really needs to find. You want to run the clock. There's about 9 minutes to go. You're up 2 possessions, but you have to stay aggressive. Scoring here would almost put the game out of reach.
McCord in the gun with Allen behind him. He takes the snap, hands off Allen, off right guard, bounces around, and is spun down at the 27.5. Gain of a few, setting up 3rd and medium. Under 9 minutes to go here at Cal Memorial Stadium. Syracuse 30, California 17. 3 receivers split to the far side, including Meeks way of the far side. McCord to the gun, brings Pena in motion to the near side. Only 5 in the box for Cal. McCord takes the snap, looks right side, fakes, throws that way, complete to the 30. Pena spins around, and he has just enough for a Syracuse first down. Big time play from Trevor Pena to spin around.
Kyle McCord loved that. He clapped at Trevor Pena after he reached forward for the first. That's just knowing where you are on the field. A veteran play by Pena to reach that ball at the last second to move the sticks.
Trevor Pena had 4 touchdown receptions in his first 2 games. He's only had 1 since, but his presence has been felt today, nearing 100 yards through the air. McCord in the gun, takes a snap, handoff Allen, off left guard, drives up the middle, lowers the shoulder, and is taken down at the 38. A gain of 5 for LaQuint Allen.
You can see that R relentless in dart there from LaQuint Allen. Just keeps chugging the legs. Was wrapped up initially right around the line of scrimmage, but he's going to break those arm tackles because he keeps doing those high knees to break those tackles and get a gain of about 5 or 6.
Fran Brown has talked about it all offseason and all of the season. LaQuint Allen is the guy we want the football in the 4th quarter. Up to 100 yards on the ground today.
Just the 2nd time this year, too.
He's behind McCord. 2nd down, takes a snap, floats it far side. Nearly intercepted, incomplete though. Noel Williams jumped the route. Meeks was the target. That was dangerous from McCord. He slaps his hands. That could have been 6 the other way.
And that's what Noel Williams does. Leads the ACC, leads the country in interceptions with 7. He's a semifinalist for the Defensive Player of the Year in the country. He reads the quarterback's eyes and almost makes a play on the ball.
Syracuse 30, Cal 17, 6:51 to go. It is 3rd and 4 on the SU 38, ball in the middle of the field. Pena split near side. McCord takes a snap, throws the flat. Caught, first down, Allen hurdles a man near the 50. Oh my goodness, what athleticism out of LaQuint Allen. He got it in the flat, had an easy first down, and then just for show, leapt over a man. First down, Syracuse.
We talk about athleticism. He got up in the air. It was not quite Saquon Barkley's reverse hurdle.
I was thinking that.
Leaped over the defender, gets a couple extra yards to boot.
And Max Gifford might have a decision here for Pepsi Player of the Game potentially between Trevor Pena and LaQuint Allen. McCord under center. I formation for the Cuse. He takes a snap, handoff Allen off right guard, bounces to the middle, and is spun down at the Cal 49. Just a gain of 1, but that takes us to within 6 minutes. SU still up by 2 scores, 30-17, churning the clock away.
This has been a picturesque drive for Syracuse so far. Before that play, 6 plays on the drive. That means you got to 3rd down on both times before getting the first down. You're maximizing the amount of time you're taking off the clock.
McCord under center again. You rarely see him under center for 2 consecutive plays. Now he backs up, barking out instructions to his men. He's back under center, 6 in the box for Cal. Takes the snap, handoff Allen. Rather make that Yasin Willis. And he's dragged down to the Cal 48, a gain of 1 or 2. 3rd and call it 8 coming up. And if you're the Cal defense, Jordan, you need a stop.
You absolutely need to stop. They still have all 3 timeouts, but down 2 possessions as we go under the 5-minute mark. If Syracuse gets another first down, that's another essentially 2 minutes rolled off the clock if you decide not to use your timeouts.
Pena and Meeks split to the far side. Gill and Gadsden split to the near side. McCord in the gun. They got in a jump. It's a free play. McCord over the seam. Complete. Gadsden, first down. Tackled by Craig Woodson, but not after a seam route. Complete to the 34-yard line.
It's a great play there out of Kyle McCord. Got him to jump off sides, and then a free play. He just goes to his best player.
This has been the drive of a well-functioning football team.
And with that throw, Kyle McCord now has the most pass attempts in a single season in Syracuse history.
And I believe that also takes him over 300 yards. Yes, it does. He's at 308. So for the 9th time in 10 games, Kyle McCord has passed for 300 yards. Came into this one 591 away from tying Ryan Nassib's single-season record. So again, on pace to break that mark next week against UConn at home. Cord in the gun. Meeks split near side. Allen behind him. 8 in the box for Cal. Takes the snap. Allen dancing, waiting, and lets himself go to the turf for no gain. And Cal uses its first timeout with 4:14 to go. Syracuse 30, Cal 17.
All right, Max, we are back here in Falmouth, Massachusetts. Go Fuller Fields. Brewster on top of Falmouth 3-2. Evan O'Toole, the starter, still in the mound, set to face 2-3-4 in the Commodores' order. Isaiah Barquette, Jason Jones, and Trent Caraway. A trio of righties. In fact, the first 6 batters in the Commodores lineup are righties. First pitch of the 3rd, they show bunt. They pull back, and Barquette out of the way on a pitch that nearly hit him.
I mean, it's no secret that both pitchers have struggled to find the strike zone early in this contest. Honestly, for a lot of these hitters, I think the philosophy should just be take until you get a pitch to hit.
Phillips just had a 7-pitch top of the 3rd. 1-0
Soars in for a strike on the off speed. That's been a good pitch for O'Toole today, the slider against the righty batters. Barquette singled up the middle back in the first, and there's that slider again. The tag is the outside corner.
It's weird because the fastball is a pitch that's been really, really tough for O'Toole, which you would naturally think the off speed is a lot harder, but he's really been humming it in there, and it's consistently found that outside or inside corner.
Glove of the mitt for O'Toole. The kick in the deal. It's pop foul. Another slider that was up and in. Probably would have been ball 2, but, got to be defensive with the 2 strikes on you. Barquette's been heating up. Began the season batting just .222. He's up to .288 right now. After that single in the first, the 1-2 upstairs. Nobody for Falmouth has played more than 30 games. Seen a lot of guys depart, injured, ready to go. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Totally fooled him. Went down to a knee on the lurch. Back-to-back Ks going back to the second for Evan O'Toole, and there's one away in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, O'Toole's starting to get in a rhythm here, very similar to Peter Phillips, that 7-pitch third inning. I'm glad that there were no plugs pulled early on either of these pitchers. I think part of what Jeff Trundy and both Jamie Shevchik are preaching to these guys is, also teaching them the ability to work out of some early jams, and that's what they had to do.
First pitch to Jason Jones is a ball low. So seemingly both starting pitchers have settled down. There is no action in the Falmouth bullpen. Pitch on the ground to Caden Kent at second. He fields it on a odd hop and gets the out at first in plenty of time. He had to really go up with that glove side at the last moment, but in time, and there's 2 quick outs.
I mean, it seems like both these teams are just monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah.
One leadoff man gets on, other leadoff man gets on, other leadoff man gets on, other leadoff man gets on. But in this inning, Brewster went down 1-2-3, and that's right now what Falmouth's nearing that.
Bounce pop to shallow left field. Macias comes in. Farrow comes out, and Farrow makes the catch over his head for out number 3. Well, Max, we got a game of Simon Says here at the Gov. 3-2 Brewster through 3 innings. Right here on the Brewster Whitecaps Baseball Network. Just the 11th goal in 13 career games now for Joey Spoina against top 10 opponents specifically. Cone and Gerard battle for the faceoff. The ball is in the Syracuse defensive zone, picked up by Sam English for the Orange. He sprints to the center of the field, hits Cone down the middle. Cone shoots and tomahawks it in. Mason Cone, his 7th goal of the season, and Syracuse scores twice in a matter of seconds. Cuts the deficit to 5. Duke 9, SU 4. 11:45 to go until halftime.
Austin, Syracuse needed these last 2 goals like it needs oxygen. Coming through in the clutch, some key face-off wins, aggressive shot taking. That seems to be the solution to what's been going on. Just pepper Jamison with shots, and eventually he's going to let some in. How about it? The face-off specialist, don't call him a Fogo, because he did not want to get off the field after that one.
No, he didn't. Scores goals pretty much every other game this season. He takes a breather. Johnny Mullen in there for the Orange for the face-off. Scrum on the field. And it's picked up by the Blue Devils.
Good effort by Tyler Carpenter, the long pole, to chase it all the way down on the near sideline.
Duke attempting to clear, and they finally do just that. They've got a 9-4 lead just over 11 minutes ago till halftime. O'Neal, near goal line extended, marked by Billy Dwan, the leader among all close defensemen in the country in goals this season. Dwan has scored in 3 straight, something to monitor as this game continues. O'Neal racing down the near alley, backs his way against Dwan. Flips center of the field. It's Sloat. He had a season-ending injury against Syracuse in the Dome a year ago. Fires to McAdory, already a hat trick today. Duke playing pretty conservative offense right now. McAdory at X, retreats. Flips to the center of the field with Charles Balsamo. He passes left to Brennan O'Neill. O'Neill trying to dance center of the field against Dwan. Makes a bad pass to Sloat. The ball's on the ground, scooped up for a moment by a long stick for Syracuse. And Kakalo comes away with it, but turns it over in the process of getting to midfield. Duke has possession, but it's knocked away by Dwan. Syracuse now possesses. And Spolina has it for the Orange. Here comes Jake Stevens with a head of steam. Passes left. Finds Spolina now and sets up shop for Syracuse with Burt Whistle, who trots onto the field. SU down 5, 9-4, under 10 minutes left. Big Kaz turnover and ground ball by Billy Dwan at midfield just a minute ago.
And it's so funny to see him shuffle back off towards the defensive half. He wanted to stay out there, extend that goal streak you mentioned.
Stevens down the lane, shoots, scores! Jake Stevens shaking and baking against Kenny Brower, the All-ACC defender, and he snuck it past the left arm of Patrick Jamison. 16th goal of the season for Jake Stevens. And Syracuse is on a 3-0 run, 9-5, the SU deficit, 9:45 to go in the second.
Syracuse on a little bit of a run here, a 4-goal game, totally manageable. Austin, I've been saying it to you during breaks. You can't forget about the Cornell game. Syracuse led 7-0 and ended up losing in double overtime. In high-level lacrosse, a game is never truly over, and the Orange have a lot of work left to do, but already making it clear that this game still has a lot to play.
Will Mark, Syracuse's goalie that was pulled, said after the North Carolina game, nobody plays in crazier games than we have this season, as Mason Cone wins the faceoff for the Orange. Cone is now 3 of 8 on the day. That's the same line as Johnny Mullen, so Syracuse at 6 for 16, creeping that faceoff win percentage closer to 50%. Obviously a team that's really good at faceoffs this season, top 10 in the nation at a 59% win rate. By the way, that Jake Stevens goal marked a hat trick for him, his second hat trick of the season. He had a season-high 3 assists for him in the March matchup against Duke. As English roams down the near alley, shoots it high, backed up by Spolina.
Just a rough showing from English so far. 0 for 5, and none of his shots have been particularly close.
Spolina dancing behind cage. Feeds in front. It's mishandled by Muley, who gets it back, overhands it, picked up off the ground by Finn Thompson for the Orange. The 50-50 ball scooped up by the Canadian. Far side, it's Hiltz. Leads this team in goals. A flag flies. It's going against Duke.